Welcome back to my channel Smart Learning, where learning is made simple. If you are new to my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Today, we are going to see a smart approach of introducing tables to kids and about table 1 and 2 in detail. Learning tables has always been a challenge for kids, and making the kids memorize the tables has been equally challenging for the parents. So, here in this video, I would like to provide few hints and tips so that learning tables will be a joyful experience for the kids. Tables are nothing but a format in maths which helps in effective multiplication. Multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. The prerequisites for introducing tables is that the child should be clear with the concept of skip counting and repeated addition. I have shared a detailed video of both the concepts. Please have a look at those videos to ensure that the kids are clear with those concepts before you could introduce the concept of tables to them. Now let's first see the basic format for writing tables. The first number of each row are the numbers from 1 to 10 in each consecutive row, and you need to put the symbol for multiplication, which is a cross, and it is called into or times, and then the next number will be the table with which we are dealing equals the answer. This is a basic format of writing tables, which means the number of equal groups into the number of items in each group will give the answer. So let's take an example, 4 into 2. So if you look here, there are 4 groups wherein each of the groups has 2 items each. So there are 2 dots in each of the groups. So when you perform repeated addition, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives 8. So instead of performing this tedious process, we go in for multiplication where you write 4 into 2 equals 8. Now let's first see table 1. Though table 1 is self-explanatory, I am explaining it in detail to make the kids familiarize with the format of writing tables and the way they need to read it. So if you look here, the first number of each of the rows are the consecutive numbers from 1 to 10, and then you need to put the into mark, and since we are dealing with table 1, the third number of every row is 1 equals the result. Now let's teach the kids how these results are obtained. Any number multiplied by 1 gives the same result as the number itself. So if you look at this table, any number multiplied by 1 is going to give the same number. If you take row 2, 2 is being multiplied by 1. So the result is going to be the same 2. This is called the identity property of multiplication. So 1 ones are 1, which means there is a group with 1 item. So the result obtained is 1. If you take the next row, 2 ones are 2, wherein there are 2 groups with 1 item in each group. So the answer is 2. Next, 3 ones are 3, which means there are 3 groups with 1 item in each group. So 1 plus 1 gives 3. 4 ones are 4. So there are 4 groups of 1 item in each group. So 1 plus 1 is 4. Then 5 ones are 5, wherein there are 5 groups with 1 item in each group. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 gives 5. Similarly, 6 ones are 6, where there are 6 groups with 1 item each. So we get 6. 7 ones are 7, wherein there are 7 groups with 1 item in each group. So we get 7 as the answer. The next row, 8 ones are 8. There are 8 groups with 1 item in each group. So we get 8. Then 9 ones are 9, wherein there are 9 groups with 1 item in each group. So when we add 1 9 times, we get 9 as the answer. Finally, 10 ones are 10, wherein there are 10 groups with 1 item in each group. So when we add 1 10 times, we get 10. So when we see the last row 10, another rule has to be introduced. Any whole number multiplied by 10 gives the same number followed by a 0 as the result. So 1 is being multiplied by 10, so you need to put 1 and followed by a 0 which gives the answer 10. So by knowing this rule, learning table 10 is going to be easy. So once the kids are clear with these fundamentals of learning tables and how they need to read it, then you can move into further tables. Please be patient and take up one table at a time and make sure your kid is clear with that particular table and only then move to the next table. So let me read the table once and show how the kids need to read them. 1 ones are 1, 2 ones are 2, 3 ones are 3, 4 ones are 4, 5 ones are 5, 6 ones are 6, 7 ones are 7, 8 ones are 8, 9 ones are 9, 10 ones are 10. So once the kids are able to read and are clear with the rule 1, where any number multiplied by 1 gives the number itself, and rule 2, where any whole number multiplied by 10 gives the same number followed by a 0, then you can move to the next table, which is table 2. From table 1, the kids would have now become familiar with the format of writing tables and the way they need to read it and how the results are obtained. Now let's move to table 2. First, let's make the kids understand how the results of table 2 are obtained, and then we can move to the hints and tricks for making them memorize the table 2 easily. So if you look at the first row, 1 2s are 2, which means there is a group with 2 items in the group. So the answer is 2. Next, 2 2s are 4, which means there are 2 groups with 2 items in each group. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. Next, 3 2s are 6, wherein there are 3 groups with 2 items in each group. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives 6. Then 4 2s are 8, which means 4 groups are there with 2 items in each. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives 8. If you look at the fifth row, 5 2s are 10. There are 5 groups with 2 items in each group, so we get 10. Similarly, 6 2s are 12, 7 2s are 14, 8 2s are 16, 9 2s are 18, and 10 2s are 20. So if you look at the 10th row, there are 10 groups with 2 items in each group. So when you add 2 10 times, you get 20. So this is how you need to make your kids understand how the results of tables are obtained instead of vaguely introducing tables and asking them to memorize. This is one of the effective method which makes the kids strong in the basics of tables. Now let's provide few hints and tricks that would help the kids memorize table 2 easily. In my previous videos, we have already introduced the concept of odd and even to kids. So odd numbers are those which ends with 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, and even numbers are those which ends with 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. All numbers obtained as result in table 2 are even. Since we have already learnt skip counting in 2s, it is going to be easy to remember the sequence of table 2. It is the same as skip counting in 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. Now let's divide table 2 into 2 parts, the first 5 rows being the first part and the next 5 rows being the second part. If you look at the first row, it is 1 2s are 2. So any number multiplied by 1 is going to give the same number. So your child will easily remember the first row of any table. For the rest of the rows, the trick that we are going to follow is doubling. So in any row of table 2, the number with which 2 is multiplied has to be doubled to get the answer. So if you take the second, third, fourth, fifth row, the result obtained are just the double of 2, 3, 4 and 5. So when the child is questioned what is 2 into 2, the child should be able to visualize it is nothing but 2 plus 2, so the result is 4. Similarly, for the third row, you need to just double 3, so the result is 6. And for the fourth row, you need to double 4, so the result is 8. And for the fifth row, you need to double 5, so the result is 10. Or you can also use the concept of skip counting in fives to remember the fifth row of the second table. So once your kid is clear with the first 5 rows of table 2 and they are able to answer when they are questioned in random, then you can move to the second part of the table 2. Now for making the kids memorize the second part, we are going to compare it with the first part of the table 2. If you compare the first 4 rows of part 1 and part 2 of table 2, we find that the numbers are ending with 2, 4, 6 and 8. So for the first part, the numbers are just 2, 4, 6 and 8, and for the second part, we need to just prefix the numbers with 1. So if you look here, the first row is 1 into 2 equals 2. So if you take this first row of the second part, it is nothing but 2 prefixed by 1, which is 12. So 6 2s are 12. Similarly, if you take the second row of the 2 parts, 2 2s are 4 and 7 2s are 14. So you need to just prefix 4 with 1 to form the second row of part 2 of table 2. So 7 2s are 14. Similarly, if you compare the third row of the first and the second part, 3 2s are 6. So 8 2s are is going to be 16, which means we are prefixing 6 with 1 to get 16. Similarly, if you take the fourth row of both the parts, 4 2s are 8. So 9 2s are is going to be 18 because we are going to prefix 8 with 1. So by splitting table 2 into 2 parts, we can compare the numbers and make the child visualize the first part and the second part and each row of the first and second part, which will make them memorize the table easily, and also they will be able to reply instantly when they are questioned in random, which is what is absolutely necessary for performing calculations. Now let's see another alternate where we can use our fingers and the concept of skip counting to obtain the result for table 2. So let's number the fingers from 1 to 10 as shown in the picture, and we need to skip count in 2 to obtain the result. So let's say, for example, we need to find the answer for 6 into 2. So you need to move to the sixth finger by skip counting in 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. So the sixth finger is giving you the result as 12. So 6 2s are is 12. So let's see another example, 7 2s are. So you need to move to the seventh finger by skip counting in 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So you land in the seventh finger where the result obtained is 14. So 7 2s are 14. I would suggest parents to follow the first trick of doubling the numbers, and only for the kids who are really struggling to memorize table 2, you can use the shortcut of using the fingers to find the answer. One more concept that the child needs to be clear about is you need to make the child clear that 1 into 2 is same as 2 into 1. 1 2s are mean there is a group with 2 items in each group. So the answer is 2. And 2 1s are means there are 2 groups with 1 in each group. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So either way the answer remains the same. So when the kids are clear with this, the number of rows that the child needs to memorize for learning tables will be reduced by half. I hope by the end of this video, the kids will feel very easy to memorize table 1 and 2 by following these tips and tricks. So in our future videos, we will see about the rest of the tables, where I will again introduce a number of hints and tips to make learning tables a joyful experience for kids. Now let's see the learning outcome. At the end of this video, the kids should be able to understand how the results of table 1 and 2 are obtained by using the concept of repeated addition. They should also know that any number multiplied by 1 gives the result as the number itself, and any number multiplied by 10 gives the same number followed by a 0 as the result. And they should also be able to memorize table 1 and table 2 easily by splitting the table 2 into 2 parts, and also by using the concept of doubling. Finally, they should know that the results obtained by multiplying m with n and n with m are the same.